Je m'appelle Anna SOKOLOVIC. Je suis née dans une famille
In my family, I'm the younger of two daughters. I have an amazing sister who is 4 years older than me. I also have both my parents, mom and dad, who by the way are still in Belgrade, as well as my sister. There were no professional musicians in my family. In fact, there weren't even any amateur musicians. People sang a little. My father has an incredible ear for music. He's a very good musician. He played the harmonica, but he never studied music. He was born before the war, World War II, at a time when life was turned upside down. But in fact, he transmitted his love for art and music to his children by signing us up for music school.
Mes journées typiques comme une écolière
A typical day in my life as a schoolgirl in ex-Yugoslavia, now Serbia, was fairly full from work, but from play as well. School was organized differently than schools are here. 1 week, we had school from 8 to 1:30 maximum. Sometimes it was even shorter. The next week, it was from 2 to 7:30, which meant that, for example, when we had school in the morning, we could do lots of activities in the afternoon. And that's exactly what I did.
J'ai fréquenté une école de musique qui était une école publique.
I went to a public music school in my neighborhood, since each neighborhood had a music school.
À côté de ces deux fois par semaine les cours à l'école de musique,
alongside music school twice a week, I went to theater school, also 2 days a week.
Mais 2 autres jours par semaine dans une institution extraordinaire.
Still another 2 days of the week, I went to an extraordinary institution that trained young actors. But more importantly, and above all, it trained and encouraged people, students, children in fact, to speak well, to communicate well, to have a good vocabulary, to read a lot, but especially to let our imaginations run wild, to tell stories.
Stimuler notre imagination et pour raconter les histoires.
And I think that's where my whole vision of art really comes from.
Ma conception de l'art vient de là en fait. Ce que j'ai beaucoup aimé faire en théâtre,
what I especially liked doing in theater was pretending to be someone else, playing characters.
Donc, je racontais une
For
histoire.
example, I could tell a story from the point of view of a button. Through these storytelling games, but also through stage games, we would do skits and improv too, as well as pre-written texts. We would grow through all these games.
Des improvisations, mais aussi des textes déjà écrits, etc. Alors, à travers tout ce jeu-là, on se développait. La première pièce, j'ai composé.
I composed my first piece at 4 years old during my classical ballet classes. Considering that I didn't have a piano at home, I was very happy to have access to a grand piano during class. During break time, I would approach the beautiful black object and compose a beautiful Chinese composition on the black keys.
Composition chinoise sur les touches noires. J'ai demandé à mon ami.
I asked my friend to accompany me with an ostinato at the bottom of the piano, while I played my beautiful melody at the top of the piano. Unfortunately, I don't remember the beautiful melody at the top of the piano anymore, but I do remember that ostinato, played with both hands by my friend and dancing colleague.
Donc, alors voilà ma première impression.
Here is my first impression. The first thing I remember when I talk about my childhood is the ocean. It was obviously a very happy childhood. For me, probably the ideal childhood, the one a child should have. That is, with lots of love, lots of safety, and lots of art.